It's not live yet.
What's going on?
Hey, hello everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining us today. So do you often have all these health and wellness questions and you don't know where to go to get answers? So we typically go to Dr. Google, right? And hope we get the best answer. But as we know, we can find out so much information for or against the same exact topic, and it makes it very confusing. So the last Monday of every month, we host our AUA, which is Ask Us Anything. So while you're listening to me right now, I want you to be thinking about your questions that you have. And this is supplement related, health related. I mean, anything that can encompass it. So this is not about, anything with Live Good, the business and everything. This is health related. We want to focus on, again, products, health related stuff, fitness, food, any questions. We'd love to help you out by answering them here. So go ahead and make sure you're typing them in. We're going to start off with a few questions that we kind of have gotten, repeats of, or just recent questions. We'll cover those as you guys are going ahead and writing yours in, and then we'll just dive right into answering your questions, right? So again, thanks for joining. I'm Lisa, and this is Dr. Ryan, and welcome to our AUA Ask Us Anything. All right, so first, Ryan, I feel like I get a lot of questions about our newest launch, our hydration stick packs. And the question that comes is the sodium level. We have this fear of, what do you call it? This long-range fear about sodium, that we should avoid sodium, that high salt is bad. And it's confusing because while there's a certain kind of sodium that can be too much and bad, we do need proper hydration with sodium. So Ryan, can you fill us in about the electrolyte sodium?
Yeah, for sure. Tough topic for me, coming from pharmacy background where evidence-based is everything, we really got kind of sold heavy and hook, line, and sinker on, Western medicine, evidence-based. And unfortunately, we're starting to realize now that a lot of that science is flawed. I mean, the conclusions can have validity. However, in practice, they can be very misleading and confusing and wrong. So what we're seeing is a lot of people being told to withhold sodium. 2.3 grams a day is the max they should be consuming. This is a blood pressure concern. Heart disease is the #1 killer in our world, or at least in our country for sure. And the sodium component is like a big target for whatever reason, because in my opinion, it's unfortunate because the folks that are being told to withhold sodium are typically the folks that have many chronic ailments going on at the same time. Sure. There's such a problem with salt in the sense that people are they're sedentary, they're pre-diabetic or diabetic, they have high blood pressure, their cholesterol is all out of whack, and they're eating this highly processed standard American diet. And so I guess from that perspective, the low-hanging fruit is to tell people to hold back sodium. But for the average human being, the biology, that's terrible advice. Just not it's not good advice. Sodium is a major kind of dictator of our hydration status, and that's kind of the way angle we went for this. And a lot of times it gets confused because when you look at how the body responds to sodium, you're blaming sodium for other lifestyle habits. We're not addressing the fact that people are, loading their bodies with sugar. They're having trouble with insulin. They have insulin resistance. They're pre-diabetic. They're diabetic. The kidneys are getting mixed signals and confused. High insulin, high sugar in the blood. And it withholds, and body keeps sodium in. So bear with me while I stumble through this topic because it is a little bit it is a little bit confusing and It can be difficult to consume. But for most people, we really don't consume enough of the electrolytes, and sodium being one of the electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and magnesium. I'll give you an example of somebody, I don't know how this comes up, but somebody said to me, is this a healthy way to start my day? And they were talking about their breakfast choice, and it was a yogurt with all this fruit and granola. And, on the surface, that sounds okay, right?
Sure.
But when you ask them that it's flavored yogurt, it's half a banana, some mango, some blueberries, some raspberries.
Right. Typically, the granola that most people go for is super high sugar.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're starting your day off with a boatload of sugar.
A boatload of sugar, like 50 grams plus. So, you think about it like that. We're getting way too much sugar in our diet. So instead of telling people to hold back the sodium, I would tell people to focus on moving their body, reducing your sugar as the #1 culprit.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think that's the message.
Right. And a lot of the sodium that, again, Ryan touched on, the sodium that we're supposed to avoid is that from processed foods.
Right. Exactly.
And restaurant foods. So think about your bag of potato chips. I mean, how much sodium is in that? Typically, our packaged food, guys, they're high in sodium to help flavor. Okay,
And
so
preserve, yeah.
it's junk sodium. It's not the beneficial, healthy sodium. Same thing that goes for when you eat out in your French fries or your hamburgers, but typically restaurants over-season their food, right? Because it all makes it taste better. But think about like the food, the sodium the salt that you should be using with your food is you're cooking fresh food, fresh meat, fresh vegetables, and you are just seasoning with some nice, fresh, cracked salt, right? That's how it should be done there. And then consuming your electrolytes. Avoid the sodium elsewhere. That's the biggest
Processed
culprit.
foods. Just avoid
Processed foods. Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
mean, yeah, in general. Okay, awesome. So again, we touched on the sodium content in our hydration amplifier because I know it's been a lot of, it was fear of like there's a, what is it, 1,000 milligrams? 1,000 milligrams of sodium, and it caused concern. Not a concern, guys. Not a concern.
It's a 5-to-1, but you still should be cautious. Look, if you're hypertensive, which we all need to know if we're hypertensive, get your blood pressure monitor, measure it 2 times a day for a week of every month. Know your numbers. But like if you're super duper hypertensive and you're diabetic, yeah, maybe the hydration amplifier is not the right place to start.
Right.
Like it just seems to reason that you need to address therapeutic lifestyle changes, right?
Right.
And supplementation is important. Go to the MAG, go to the Daily Essentials pack. Maybe you don't need to be on the extra amount of sodium in that example. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. Until you get your lifestyle
address the other areas
in check, and then
for sure.
Your healthy body should require it. Okay, so another one.
I just showed a couple questions. Sorry, did I jump ahead?
Yeah, it's okay. Leave it up there, and
Okay.
I'll just carry on. Another one. Are we going to expand our pet line?
Oh gosh, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Right here, what we do have right now is our pet CBD, which is so great.
It is
for especially your dogs, for anxiety, for
calming,
any pain,
itching,
sleep,
sometimes inflammation too, like, right? The itching.
Sure. So I know like road trips,
Yeah.
right? Great. Separation anxiety.
Yeah.
If you're having a lot of people over,
Yep.
and you just need your dogs a little calmer. I mean, these are examples that
Fireworks.
we use it for. Fireworks. Yeah. So do we plan to expand our pet line?
We do. Yes, we do. We have 2 pets actually laying. I wish they could come over and greet, but they're laying right now. So, yes, we will. We absolutely will. We recognize joint health. We recognize that pets are man's best friend. They are for us too. So we will absolutely be investing a lot more in our pet line. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we love our furry friends.
For sure.
Okay, so I'll jump in with a few more as we're going, but
yeah, go ahead.
Let's read this one. Okay, can you take this is Suzanne asks us, can you take the D3K2 with the ultra magnesium complex at bedtime?
Yes, you can, of course, but that's not our recommendation.
Right, and why?
Yeah, so the magnesium and the D and the K have been left out of the multi on purpose. You need to be able to control your dose and your timing. The timing of this, both at bedtime, is not ideal. It's not what we recommend. The D3K2 would be a fat-soluble vitamin, should be taken with that first meal of the day, usually preferably, hopefully in the earlier part of the day.
And why is that?
Plays a role in the sleep-awake cycle, and it helps to suppress the melatonin a little bit and just kind of helps balance out your circadian rhythm.
Okay.
And then the magnesium, of course, is good virtually any time of the day, spaced out from other minerals supplements, because it can bind, it can chelate, it can compete for absorption sites. So we want to maximize our magnesium absorption. Therefore, take it away from food, take it away from supplements. Last supplement to take before going to bed is usually good advice, but I split mine. I do mine right after lunch and then again right before bed. Right.
So again, can you take the D3K2 with the ultra magnesium complex? We recommend the D3K2 in the morning with your first meal of the day, because it's a fat-soluble vitamin, as well as Uh-oh. Are we there?
No.
No. What did that say?
Go ahead. It's going on webcam.
Are we on?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me when. Is Instagram still going?
We're back.
Okay, sorry guys, little technical difficulties. We have a different wire right now, so it came out. Okay, there was a question that was up at the top about this one, right here, GLP-1. Okay, so this is referencing LiveGood Clinic.
Yep.
Okay, so if you don't know of it, check it out, www.livegoodclinic.com. It's a new business that we just started. We live good. So, hi. The question is, hi, I want to know when the GLP-1 medication will be available in Puerto Rico.
So as of now, it's actually still in its initial rollout stage. Puerto Rico being a territory of the United States, of course, they receive the benefits of the United States services. However, any pharmacy that would fulfill any of the orders for these medications would have to be licensed in Puerto Rico. That question I do not have readily available. Those types of things will become more clear as time goes on. So I will address that question as soon as I know more.
Okay, awesome. Susanna just made a comment. My husband won't drink the hydration amplifier because he takes blood pressure. He takes blood pressure medications and said the doctor told him to watch his sodium intake. Again, make sure he's avoiding the processed foods. That's where the sodium intake needs to be way decreased from. Okay. Hey, you want to do that? So
well, and also, Suzanne, I'd go back to saying monitor your blood pressure. You have to have that home monitor. Once every 6 months or whatever, however often you're at the doctor, once every year is not really a good snapshot of your blood pressure. And lifestyle changes, all of the different things that we talk about all the time. If you even look at our YouTube channel, we do one on heart disease and blood pressure. Probably super helpful for you guys to go watch that. Sodium, I don't know. I guess I talked about it enough. We'll move on.
Yep. Okay. Here's one. This is from Jeff. I'm going to be doing a road trip and I want to try I believe this is driving for 15 hours at a time or per day. What is the best product to help keep me awake? Okay, well, first we have our coffee, which is great first thing in the morning. But while you're going and drinking, guys, I would recommend our E3. Love the E3 for the energy. You can make it in a bigger glass of water and drink it throughout, keep you going. But we also have our energy patches. The energy patches they can last about 6 hours. Mm-hmm. Each person's very different. And it really provides you that balance of state energy. So if you haven't tried the energy patches, give it a shot. Try it before you go, see how you feel for the day. But for me, it definitely gives me a lot of energy that I'll only keep it on, a few hours because I'm worried that's going to keep me up. But that's what you want. That's your goal. And obviously just make sure you're eating healthy. Avoid that junk food that we tend to bring on in the car. Pack healthy stuff because that junk food, that high sugar, that's going to help you feel that's going to make you feel really sluggish.
All right, guys. Hey, we got a question. Coach Gabriella says, is creatine bad for prostate? I'd say no, but I don't know what prostate condition you're referring to. Creatine does not have any contraindication with anything to do with the prostate, whether it's prostatic cancer or if it's benign prostatic hyperplasia, any of that. So to my knowledge, no. It's 50 plus years studied. Many of the so-called concerns around creatine have been debunked. Creatine overall is a rather very well-tolerated and safe supplement.
Yes, for sure.
Let's keep moving.
And while we're talking about creatine, here's another one that I get, and we've talked about this a lot, but creatine and women is creatine good for women? 110%, guys. 110. There's this, it's another old school of thought that, first of all, that creatine is going to make you gain weight. That's one of them. And also that creatine is only made for males and bodybuilders. Not true. Okay. We all need to focus on muscle mass, especially as we age. And for females, especially entering into menopause, you've got to make sure you are keeping that muscle mass on. And there's no better supplement to take than creatine. But not to mention the brain health benefits. And this is what we all get. So this is men and women. It's just the fact that men have been using it and, a lot of times, females have not. So many great brain health benefits. It is so important for men and women to take creatine daily.
Thank you, Jessica, for the comment. Awesome. Agree.
What was the comment?
Just don't blame salt for what the sugar did.
There you go.
Yep.
Don't blame salt for the sugar did. Love that. All right. While you're looking at these, another one I get asked is about what is our number one supplement and why? You want to take that?
Yeah, no, of course. It's easy. It's factor 4. We talk about it all the time. Factor 4. Guys, look, factor 4 is addressing a concern for many, 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 many of us. You can be, somebody that has a chronic disease, has inflammation as part of it, or you can be someone that's an athlete that has some inflammation that's trying to fight. So factor 4 can really cover a lot of areas. help with inflammation. It can help with the triglycerides in the blood. Matter of fact, the FDA has a qualified health claim on that, so you can lower triglycerides when you take between 3 and 4 grams of omega-3 fatty acids. Anchovy source, so it's the omega-3 fatty acids is sourced from anchovy, super clean, all tested for metals. And we added curcumin, we added CoQ10, we added garlic.
Curcumin is your turmeric. I get the question. I've actually had this recently for some reason. Is do we have a turmeric product? Yes, the factor 4.
Exactly. The curcuminoid is the active constituent of the turmeric plant.
Yeah. So I mean, guys, this supplement is awesome. Ryan and I personally both take 4 per day. You can go up to 6 per day if you've got a lot of inflammation going on, or you can back it down to 2 per day. But based on my blood work, when I get my omegas tested, my doctor is super happy with it.
Omega index.
Yeah, my omega index, super happy with it. And it shows on there it's high, but that's what she wants. She's like, ignore the fact that it says it's high. We want these optimal levels. So the 4 per day is getting me to where I need to be.
Cool. Can the essential aminos be taken by teens?
Well, yeah. So, we have on our products, like these are for ages 18 and up, right? That's just where they've been dosed for. But you also have to understand the benefit of essential amino acids for all ages. And if you ever have a question like this, always discuss with your child's pediatrician. I don't want to say somebody under 18 can, but I will tell you, I give it to my daughters because they don't eat the proper meat. Their bodies need the amino acids. They're building blocks of protein, and they do a lot of functions in the body. So.
You hear that disclaimer she just said? Yeah, it's because of the world we live in of liability reasons. Of course, we give our children the essential aminos because essential, you have to get it from your diet. Your body doesn't make it. It's great for building blocks of hormones, neurotransmitters, enzymes, muscle protein synthesis, so it builds our muscle. Our developing girls are 12 and 10 years old.
Yeah, and kids are super active, or they should be.
They should be active.
Our girls are nonstop.
Absolutely.
I mean, and they definitely don't eat the protein that they need, no matter how hard we try. It's hard.
All right, I'm going to jump. Let me just jump a little bit over to Instagram to make sure that we're covering anybody's questions, concerns. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, they're supposed to roll over.
If you guys are on Instagram, please feel free. Jump in, send some questions in. Yeah. I see a lot of comments, a lot of emojis and stuff. Hey, Mr. Nodder.
And again, make sure you guys check out our website, livegood.com. You'll see all of our products on there. Click on the Learn More sections. We give lots of information. We give how to use. We give pro tips. And there's also videos with them, which we are working on updating them. But there's little training videos. So it just helps you understand. And always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do these weekly, but we have done so many in the past, so many educational videos that just scroll through the topics. And also you don't want to miss our future ones coming up. So Rain. Yeah. We got a warning that the rain was going to come during this. So here it's come. So make sure and, subscribe, like, comment. We love to hear your feedback. I'm always also available through email. Love answering your questions, all product health related questions, guys. It's my passion.
All right, guys. Next question from Sean. Appreciate this question. Hey, hello. Could you tell us about the upcoming skincare line? Will there be a cleanser as well? So the first launch does not include a cleanser, but there will be a cleanser. That actually is in the works. So right now it's just going to come out. We're going to have a toner, a moisturizer. There's going to be a serum and a tightener. So 4 great products. And I've mentioned this before, all EU approved, which is fantastic, as well as we referenced the EWG for each ingredient too, to make sure that we're picking wisely. Yeah. And we went through lots of.
Yeah, really excited for this.
Yeah,
because again, also we're paying way too much for quality skincare. I mean, it's out of control. I can't stand it when I go to look at this serum and love the ingredients. Everything sounds great, and then it's $120. I just can't. It really irks me. So we're gonna fix that. We are going to fix that. Trying to think what else. I have other questions that I've gotten. Oh, let's have this one. With lean. I do get several questions about possibly, it causing GI upset, maybe changing your stool, maybe your stool is now green or you have diarrhea, whatnot, whatever it is. You have to understand all of the GI system is so complex and each one is so absolutely unique. We have so many different things going on. So if you're experiencing anything, I'll just back off. Back off to, instead of the dose of 2-3 times per day, back off to 1-3 times per day. But your body might just need more time. I mean, again, we're all very unique. So give it a little bit more time. I do know when Ryan and I were trying it, we both were very gassy from it at first. And it took about a week and then it went away. So that's what happened. Our bodies took a little bit more time.
Yeah, and the kidney bean, just with the iron content, can also alter the color of the stool too. So don't worry too much about that. That's fine. There was a question about lean though, and it's like, I don't know. This is a little bit tough to answer, George. But can lean help us lose 50 to 100 pounds like Ozempic? What differences between lean and Ozempic in terms of maximum weight loss? Really nothing, actually. I mean, we're talking about the difference between a supplement using food-based ingredients to a prescription medication that has undergone extensive clinical trials and studies to document exactly what the results are and the risks. So can't really compare the exact two. They do have some similarities in the way they work on the GLP-1 receptor. So, but we've talked about we've talked about that in detail in the lean conversation.
Right. And it also really depends on your lifestyle too. What else are you doing in combination? Are you still sedentary, sitting on the couch, eating, bags of chips, hoping that all this stuff is going to kick into gear? Or are you actually combining this with lifestyle efforts, such as moving your body every day, eating a proper healthy diet, taking your supplements? It is all, gotta do those lifestyle factors too if you have these high goals of losing that much weight, no matter what it is. And even with the medications, you also have to be combining lifestyle factors because it will really blunt your appetite, but you need to make sure you're consuming enough protein. Otherwise, you're just going to lose your muscle. That's where we really want to educate it on, is consuming adequate protein, getting your essential aminos in there, lifting weights. It's very important. Otherwise, your number on the scale is going down, but so is your muscle mass. And that's your predictor of aging, guys. You need that muscle mass. Preserve it.
I recently had a calcium kidney stone, and my doctor recommended I lower my calcium intake. Is the creatine something I need to stop using to reduce the serving amount? No, ma'am. No, the calcium in the creatine is insignificant. It's just a bound salt form. I wouldn't even consider it a calcium supplement. So no, that is not necessary. And of course, with oxalates, phytates, you do need to be careful with if you're prone to kidney stones. But hydration, of course, is important. I'm sorry to hear that, though. That can be very painful.
That was a good question.
Yeah, good question, because I've seen that before. All right, let's see. Hey, look, Patrick, oh man, I love seeing your stuff come through. Any testosterone supplements in the works?
Ooh, yeah.
So I've told on a couple calls now that I have rather low T, but I don't have symptoms of low T. So my total testosterone is in the mid to high 3s. My free T is okay. But I said, I'd like to see if I can move that along. And we're trying to develop a men's hormonal support product. So I'm trying some things now. I go back in for another lab test in the next 30 to 45 days. That'll be about 60 days of trial. So I'm really wanting to see how this has moved the numbers a little bit. And I will report back. And that's part of our R&D for our men's hormonal support product. I'm right there.
It is in the works.
Patrick, I'm right there with you, man, because low T, it's funny, whether men are in denial, because I've been that way. I'm like, I feel fine. I'm like, I can maintain muscle. I sleep good. Everything seems to be fine with the low T. But what happens? What if possibly having a testosterone score of 600 or 800? What would that feel like? I don't know, maybe better.
Right.
So, and if you can do it in a natural way, I'm with you, man. And I know many, many men would like to explore that as well. What are we looking for?
The next one down.
Will creatine make me become bulky in the gym? By Julie Connor Hedrick. Thank you for the question.
Great question, because this is, again, the problem with females taking creatine is this is what we think. No, creatine hydrates your cells. So maybe when you first start taking it, you might feel a little bit of extra water weight, just a little, but that will balance out 100%. Usually after the first week, if you feel it at all. But no, you will not get bulky in the gym. The women that get bulky in the gym, the weightlifting, the bodybuilding, they are on a very strict, specific regimen, workout schedule
to build bulk,
eating schedule to build bulk. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of work and effort to do that. I mean, I am in the gym lifting daily, heavy, eating protein, eating calories, consuming protein. I'm not getting bulky. I just get strong.
Absolutely.
You just get strong and build muscle.
Better bone density, better hormone regulation, better everything, more muscle mass. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. That's why you got to give so much props, even to the steroid to anabolic users. You can't just take an anabolic steroid and get jacked. I mean, they do need to work hard. They're smart. They're supplementing well. I'm not condoning it. Please don't take it that way. I'm just telling you that when you see somebody like that,
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of freaking work. It's a lot of work. Awesome. Good question.
Yes.
Do you oh, this was a great one. All right, cool. Love this, man. The Lion Tree says, did you recommend drinking the essential aminos and hydration amplifier together or at different hours? Now, I'll tell you what, take them together. It's my new favorite. I'm telling you right now, there is something about it. If you drink those two, starting a few minutes before an exercise or any type of area that you need output, anything you're trying to, whatever, build up an energy for or whatever, you just take those two together, maybe creatine as well or creatine after, but to those two together, for some reason on ice, and I'm a lukewarm water drinker, but on ice throughout the workout, it's fantastic. It's something about it. I just can't put I know what it is. I know obviously what it is. I mean, the science supports it. But don't be confused about the electrolytes in the aminos. There is trace amounts of electrolytes in there. That is a nice additive, but the real benefit comes from the hydration amplifier as far as clinical, levels of,
great point.
of electrolytes.
Great point. Because I also get that question a lot. Like someone will look at the lean and it has B12 in it. And then like, oh, but this one also has B12 in it. And then your multivitamin has B12 in it. Look at the amounts.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta look at the amounts. Just because it has B12 doesn't mean it's like a significant source of that B12. It's in there for a reason, but it's not your daily dose.
Exactly. But it is in there for a reason. I can absolutely make arguments for each and every single one of those ingredients. There's 100%. No doubt about it. All right, I got such a massive amount of glare, and I know you guys are having trouble seeing us a little bit because of the backlit. I wish you could see the setting. All right, Lisa, you seen anything here? I hate to drag everybody on here much longer. I don't. No.
The creatine is not in pills. It's just loose powder. Mixes well in anything. The HMB in it does have a maybe like a bitter flavor. So drinking it alone isn't that great, but honestly, even just putting it in with the essential aminos or putting it in with the hydration amplifier or throwing it in a smoothie, like you won't taste it.
This is the type of testimonial that warms my heart because I know what's going on here. Joan says, I take most all your supplements, love them, feeling very healthy. I'm 72, exclamation
Yay.
point. It's because she's committed to improving her health and her quality of life. It's not just the supplements. It's everything else that goes in it. Supplements is a big part of it. It's one of the pillars. But Joan is probably committed to feeling good at 72. And she probably loves the routine of taking the supplements every day. So thank you, Joan.
You can just go down to the one. It's an easy question with the.
Where do you see?
Right there.
Because it's this with spondylosis pain? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we did talk about this. Yeah.
You read that?
No, but we talked about people with joint pain. That's why the inflammation, the factor 4 is so good. It covers everybody. It covers the basic levels of inflammation that are normal and expected, but sometimes you can't, whatever. And then it covers the chronic disease process.
We also have the CBD oil and CBD pain cream. If you're in the US, it helps so well with pain. So while you're decreasing the inflammation and you want to help, with that pain, it really helps.
Is lean safe to take while nursing a 3-year-old? No, it's not. He only nurses at naps and bedtime? No. Look, if you're still nursing at 3, that's great. Kudos to you. But I would say that you should not be taking a lean supplement while you're doing that. Just probably not prudent.
Right.
I'm very finicky when it comes to during pregnancy and breastfeeding when it comes to supplementation. I do think it's necessary though, just not lean.
Julie asked another question about creatine and bulk. So we answered that. It will not make you bulk up. Okay.
The next product?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Tammy.
We have a lot coming.
Yeah, we have a lot. We have a lot coming up. New product. We've got gut support. Gut support August 5th. So we're looking in a week or so away, maybe a little bit longer just to get it in, to get it inventoried, to get the process built, and then turn it on.
We just talked about that on Friday. I think, a lot of you know about the gut support. And again, so I'm getting more questions on it. Probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff going on. It's a very well-rounded gut support supplement.
The biotics, the strains, I identified every strain. The dosing is perfect. Again, based on clinicals. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm really
very
excited. All right, and then right behind that's going to be skincare. Then there's going to be our Shilajit and our sea moss that has the trace minerals. Then we have, what's the other one?
I mean, skincare is coming.
I know, I just said skincare, the Shilajit.
The CBN
Thank you, the
sleep
detox.
gummies,
The detox ones come in. The detox is awesome because we know we all need to improve our detox pathways. CBN sleep gummy, which I always forget to talk about, that is coming.
Yeah, so CBN, that's a cannabinoid that really helps with sleep.
Yeah, and there's no hangover effect, and it's not disrupting any hormone cycle.
Yeah, we were working with these a long time ago, and we really enjoyed it. And then I guess somehow it fell to the bottom of the list, but we're bringing it back up. I mean, they were great, really great for sleep.
So here's another question that I'm not going to, from Widmere. It says, my son's 9 years old, likes my smoothies mixed with the plant protein, collagen, super reds, and sometimes aminos. Can I continue to give him if he wants to drink it? That's what we do. You know, if the kid tolerates it well and they're drinking it and they enjoy it, yes. But I'm not telling you how to dose the supplements for your children, right? That's just not going to be this is not the appropriate place to give personal advice like that. But I'll tell you what we do, and absolutely. They're whole food-based ingredients, everything that you just listed there. I mean, it's absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of our daughters, she's like big in the kitchen. So she's always making herself a protein smoothie with the greens and the collagen in it. She likes those combined. She makes this pancake mix that she does our protein and our collagens in it. I mean, she incorporates as much as she can, and it's such healthy, beneficial ingredients. Like, we condone it for sure for our children.
How much creatine per day for women over 50, Lisa?
Just one scoop.
Yeah, one scoop. One serving is fine. 5 grams is fine.
Yeah.
Plus the HMB is great for recovery. It's a byproduct of the leucine metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, HMB is going to help you hit it hard and then recover faster to get back to hitting it hard again the next day.
All right.
All right. Well.
Yeah, we're at 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Or a little over 30 minutes. So thank you guys so much for these questions. This is good today. There was a lot of good questions.
Awesome.
So again, we do this AUA, Ask Us Anything, the last Monday of every month. So make sure you tune in. I can always be reached via email if you have questions. If there are specific ones on there, like a very specific case, please email those to me, lisa@livegood.com. Other than that,
you guys rock. Thank you so much.
And again, subscribe to the channel, comment, check out our website, www.livegood.com. And if you don't know about LiveGood Clinic, www.livegoodclinic.com. Lots of information out there. I would say stay tuned for next Monday, but next Monday, we're actually picking up our children from sleepaway camp at the exact time that we'd be doing a Zoom. So there's no way we could do it. So we have to skip Monday. I'm so sorry, but use that time to go back and watch videos. Again, we have been doing these Mondays for a very long time, over a year. So there's a lot of content out there. So go ahead and refresh yourselves with some of our past ones.
All right, guys, take care.
All right,
see you later.
Thanks for joining.